Hi, we're back. Thanks for staying with us. And joined in studio now by Jennifer Ferreira. She's the environmental director of a company called Optimized Fuel Technologies Incorporated. Jennifer, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, your company's marketing a very remarkable device. It's called the Optec Fuel Maximizer, which basically can be retrofitted or installed in any gas or diesel engine that's controlled by a computer, and it reduces emissions while increasing fuel mileage. Tell us about the device.
Yes, it's an amazing technology. And what Optec is it's a small, non-intrusive device, and it mounts right to the firewall. And it also connects to the battery as well as the vacuum hose. And in the case of diesels, we use the turbo. And it has a small air intake, and it pulls in ambient air, and it releases a micro amount of hydrogen to the combustion chamber. And so what that does is it maximizes the used fuels. So it's increasing the amount of fuel that is used, so that increases the gas mileage. It also reduces emissions because there's a lot less unspent fuel coming through the exhaust. And it also, in that process, it creates a lower combustion temperature, so the NOx is unable to form.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that part of the emissions problem is that all the fuel on regular engines is not really used.
Correct. There's about 30% of unused fuel in the combustion chamber. So what we're doing is using all of it, essentially.
Now, everybody's heard, of course, the problem with Volkswagen. Their diesel engines are not as clean as they're supposed to be. They're in a lot of trouble. I mean, this is a big problem, isn't it?
It's a huge problem. And not only is it a problem for our air quality and public health, it's a problem for the survival of Volkswagen. 20% of their vehicles sold are diesel. And so not only are they losing sales, they're facing billions of dollars in fines through lawsuits. So,
well, it's interesting because a federal judge just gave Volkswagen, I think until March 24th, to come up with a plan to solve the problem. But you folks feel that you've already got that problem solved, right?
yes, we do. They really don't have much time at all to come up with a solution. And the solution that they did propose, it got turned down by Air Resources Board and EPA. So we've done several testing on these dirty VWs, and all those harmful NOx ratings, the nitrogen oxides, we're reducing them down to zero along with other harmful emissions. So we feel that this is a quick fix, and not only that, it's a permanent one, an effective one. And all those vehicles that are essentially illegal right now and grounded, we can make them compliant. So we want to help Volkswagen, and we want to help public health and air quality.
Well, has the company been able to reach out to Volkswagen and get any kind of reaction?
We've been trying to reach out to them. We're really hoping that they will at least consider our solution, and with their pending deadline, we're hoping to make progress.
What I think is really interesting about the technology too, it's not only applicable for cars and light trucks, but it can be scaled up to even like large semi-long haul trucks.
Yes, and that's one of the greatest things about Optec is it can be used on these heavy-duty diesel vehicles. And from an environmental standpoint, that's what is most exciting to me, because even though these huge vehicles on the road are a minority, they're one of the gross polluters out there. So placing Optec on these devices, we can in fact improve air quality and help the environment. And it's a great option for these commercial fleet companies, because not only are they going to save money and gas, we increase gas up to 30%.
Really?
But it's a retrofit device that they can purchase to keep their older trucks compliant with regulations.
Now basically, as I think I've reiterated before, this can be installed on any vehicle that's computer controlled, gasoline or diesel, correct?
Correct. So any gasoline, diesel, combustion engine that has that onboard computer, so that it includes on-road, off-road, marines, and through our testing we found we're getting 30 miles per gallon increase and reducing emissions up to 90%.
And in addition to all of these wonderful things, of course, everybody wants better fuel mileage, everybody wants lower emissions, but the third benefit that we really haven't touched on is it also increases the performance of the vehicle.
Yes, and that's actually the fun part to talk about, is it really does increase the performance. It's one of those added benefits. We're increasing the torque, and we've actually found that it eliminates the turbo lag in the turbo vehicles. And I actually just put the device on my Dodge Charger.
Nice.
And the performance increase was more than I expected. You know, it's a heavy vehicle.
Right.
So that lag in the beginning, that initial lag, it's gone now.
So you're driving a hot rod now.
Now I am, yes.
Once again, the company is Optimized Fuel Technologies Incorporated. Jennifer Ferreira is the environmental director. Fabulous interview. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Don.